Hey, it's Mikade. Thanks for tuning on in. Today we are finally, I say finally because it's been like a hot minute, getting around to actually doing some of the Natlan World quests for our newer tribes. So without any further ado, let's get into it, see what all we can kick up around our world, and what we can find to get into because I'm sure there's at least some sort of trouble brewing. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're like down. I don't think that's where we want to go exactly. We're gonna probably have to sort of navigate down there, huh? What's the best way to get here? Well, we could go from here probably. There we go. That'll do.
Bring it.
There's all kinds of little ghosties around, aren't there? Alright, Toltec, what is your quest for me?
I take it you're the ones appointed by Elder Talapo?
Yep. And you are?
Call me Toltec. The chief asked me to be your guide for the day. His messengers already filled me in on the situation. So just follow me.
He has such a deep voice. Oh my gosh. Like, it's not bad or anything. I quite like it actually. It's just so unexpected. I feel like we don't get a lot of like proper deep voicemails here. That's just how it is. Okay, so. To a location I've already been before. It's probably why you're supposed to do these first, but you know.
So the guy is somewhere in this cave, huh?
This is as far as I can take you. Only the appointed ones may proceed from here.
Why's that?
Kind of a long story. Apparently, there's a certain fruit that grows in this cave, the juice of which can be processed to make an excellent dye. Many years ago, our ancestors set out to make a series of ambitious works of graffiti art. They selected this cave to make them in, presumably due to the availability of the dye. However, they didn't want anyone to see their work before it was completed, and so they sealed off the entrance to control access. To bypass the seal, you have to have mastered the art of color perception, or something like that.
Ah, yes, we have to make a lovely painting, I'm sure.
Oh, right. Haven't we been in here before, though?
The strange thing is, our ancestors never removed the seal, even after they finished the graffiti art. Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great shaman, Huitzilin, and that was 200 years ago. According to her, the artwork tells the story of a hero by the name of Kuntur. But I digress. Sorry, I'm a big fan of graffiti artwork. Once I get talking, I can go on for hours.
So you're sure you don't want to come with us?
I'll pass. I tried to get in once, but the seal blocked my way. I tried getting my Iktomi sword to clear it with its powers, but even that didn't work. I guess it's supposed to be a test left there by our ancestors. If you don't pass the test, you're not worthy of viewing their works of art.
Aww.
Don't worry about me, though. I wouldn't be joining you this time even if I was able to get in. Unlike our chief, I don't have the guts to challenge our traditions. This task is specifically appointed to someone by the Iktomi Sor Elder. Who knows what bad things might happen if I got involved?
Fair enough. All right, we'll try not to take too long.
Okay, so we... Oh. Uh-huh. Need to go inside. Yes, I remember this one. I remember it being a bit annoying to find out how to open this. Got a bit stuck. We've been in here a few times.
This should be the place. That fruit Toltec mentioned should be the one on the wall, right?
Oh, that's why we had to paint stuff.
Paimon didn't notice it last time we were here. Now the only question is, which ones do we pick? Well, go ahead, try it out.
Okay.
You saw something, right? Whatever it was, grab it.
Oh, okay. Is this how we were meant to originally get the colors? Doing things a bit out of order here. That's alright. I suppose.
Remember the last time we came here? We found all of the artwork throughout the cave. These guys' ancestors created a real masterpiece. They probably used the same stuff for their paint as we're using for the dye, right? Maybe we'll create a masterpiece of our own. Yep, let's head back and meet up with Toltec. We're back, and we found the ingredients for the dye.
I'd certainly be curious to know if that voice line was, if any of those voice lines really were any different if you hadn't found this cave before. Because, like, some people might not have, and I'm sure there's a difference, because, like, that was clearly updated to, like, we've been here before. I'd be interested to know what the difference is, and how much hand-holding there is, too.
Sounds like you made it through the seal then. Our Iktomi Sore Elder was right about you. It's getting late. Follow me. I'll take us back.
Alright. Are we going all the way back to the tribe? Okay, yeah. Let's just go straight there, shall we? Oh, there he is, our elder. Really is so big. Like, even Auroran, who's like he's not that tall, but like he's taller than anybody else on this team. And yet still, he's like only just over half the size of this guy, maybe.
Toltec has updated me on your progress. Well done. I appreciate your efforts.
Sure thing. Here's the stuff for the dye.
I see. Yes. This is certainly a very different substance from typical dyes. Okay, now let's try our hand at making some samples. The fabric is ready for testing.
Got it.
Please come with me.
Okay, so we're going back in to the scary weaving location. Let's see if we get stuck again. What are the odds? What do we think?
Take a look at this. It's a woven scroll made by one of our ancestors. This is the kind of thing we're trying to make.
Ooh.
The person depicted is the legendary shaman, Huitzilin. She lived 200 years ago and was once appointed by the Iktomi Elder, like yourselves. She was especially skilled in the art of color manipulation, and of course completed her task with flying colors. This scroll is a record of her deeds, and was most likely the work of her own hand. The quality is simply breathtaking, even compared to other scrolls of this variety. Sadly, since she passed away, all of our Iktomi Elder's subsequent appointees have had to rely on the gift from the spirits to complete their work. That's a good way of putting it. My only quibble with your phrasing would be, it's not just me, but us.
Hoo-hoo! Now Paimon's getting excited.
Bring out the samples. Now, as I mentioned, the dyeing process is a little complicated, but I am confident you will manage. Just make sure to follow my instructions carefully. The pattern has already been sketched out on the sample, so you just need to dye each block with the correct color. But you'll need to wait for the dye to fully soak in between each step to make sure the colors don't run.
Okay. Sure thing, I guess.
Ha ha ha! Good! The dye is taken to the fabric, and the pattern is crisp and clear. Next, apply all the remaining dye, and we should see that elusive signature color emerge.
Okay, final step. Did it work? Paimon doesn't see it.
Oh, that color isn't showing up. Oh, the dyeing has failed. No, your technique was flawless. You did everything exactly as instructed. It would have made no difference if I'd done it myself.
Then what went wrong?
It could be the weaving technique, or maybe the dye has to be applied in a different way. Oh, whatever the case, it looks like I have failed to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Sorry, Paimon wishes we could do more to help.
I am the one who should be apologizing. I made you do so much work, and it was for nothing. I will, of course, honor my commitment to compensate you for your trouble, but I do hope you won't give up on this task. I plan to keep investigating, and will be sure to keep you updated with any progress.
Don't worry, we're not quitters. Paimon does have a question, though. This whole process of recording history on woven scrolls seems so complicated. Why don't you just write it down instead? You said yourself you're all about change and reform. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to start, don't you think? Writing things down would be easier for everyone, and your records would be more detailed.
I think you've perhaps misunderstood my philosophy, but that's okay. I can answer your question, but there's somewhere I need to show you first.
Ooh, field trip time.
Oh, sure.
That's good. I'm actually really interested in the answer to this one, so. Are we exiting? Okay, perfect. Oh, we're going somewhere up above in the overworld. Once again. I wonder what they've got up here. Oh. That was a little glitchy.
Cool. Look at this view. What do you think?
It's gorgeous! gorgeous!
Now, try looking a little further.
Whoa, that graffiti!
In all the years since the founding of our tribe, those colors have been with us every step of the way.
They are quite gorgeous. The purples are amongst my favorites.
It is true that I seek to bring new life to this ancient tribe through change and reform. But I also understand there are certain foundational things that we cannot afford to throw away. The foremost of these is the way we record our history.
Oh, that makes sense.
Since the very beginnings, our tribe has always sought to bring color to history. And I have a deep sense that this is one part of our heritage that we should not give up. So, whatever it takes, I must find a way for us to continue producing our traditional woven scrolls.
You're completely right. I'm sorry for what she said earlier. It was out of line.
It's quite all right. I'm just grateful you're able to understand where I'm coming from. Then let us hope that when we next meet, we succeed in reviving this tradition.
Sadness that we didn't get anywhere with that. I was kind of hoping we might actually make some progress, but unfortunately it seems that we have not. That's okay. Maybe we can go and help this guy at least, since he clearly needs some assistance. This is gonna be annoying, isn't it? Come on. See if we've got any progress made here. At least.
Greetings again, everyone.
See, Lolly, you're here!
I got the ceremonial sword from the chief. It has a certain power that's needed in situations like this. You haven't forgotten what we're doing today, right?
Of course not! We're gonna wake Leela up, and then ask him just what the heck he was playing at.
And I've prepared the rest of the tools for the ceremony per Granny's instructions. We've dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's, so today should go off without a hitch.
Oh no. Well, now you've gone and done it, Auroron.
Good work, kiddo. Then without further ado, let's get started.
Something's gonna go terribly wrong here.
I give offerings from the mystic smoke, the gift of stars on a moonless night, a wreath of dreams in the swirling wind. Glory be to the ruler of death. Fade, fade, fade. Thrice uttered and thrice repeated.
Whoa! Is this one of her magic spells? This whole place suddenly got cold. What's happening?
Keep your voice down. We mustn't disturb her.
We, the children of the Priest King, swear to abide by the ancient pact and tear through the veil of the Night Realm. I am Seedlali. Hear my command. I am the Shepherd of Doomsday. I am Akul Batil.
Oh. Well, it seems to be working. We're getting somewhere.
Look! Leela's spirit is back. It's coming towards his body.
I shall pierce the cloak of night with flintstone and banish all souls that do not belong to the land of the dead. Leela, obey my command and return to the land where the sun shines. Return to your own path.
Did it work?
Huh? Where am I? And who are you?
Oh, it did work. Well done, Seedlali. Oh.
Whoa!
Look at that
Granny
face.
Eatsley, I mean, High Priestess Seat Lolly, please have mercy.
Aw, guilty conscience, huh? So, you know full well what you've done. Do you have any idea how close you were to never making it back? Or maybe you thought life would be more fun as an inanimate object.
I'm sorry, I messed up, and I'll face the consequences.
Oh, you sure about that? Then say goodbye to your parents. Tell them this. Goodbye, Mom and Dad. I've realized I enjoy life as an empty shell so much that I've decided to get Granny Eatsley to turn me into a stone statue, so I can stand guard over her house for the next 100 years.
Oh, she is savage. Goodness.
No, please.
Not that he
Please don't.
doesn't
I'm
deserve
begging you.
it.
I'll never do this again, I promise. Thank you, High Priestess Seat Lolly. Thank you for rescuing me.
Don't thank me. Thank my grandson. If he hadn't sensed something was amiss, I wouldn't have bothered getting involved.
You're more than welcome, Leela. And don't mind Granny. She's all bark and no bite. We're just glad that you're okay. Besides, someone tricked you into doing this, didn't they? That Kokju guy. He's the real culprit here.
No, Mr. Kokuchu had nothing to do with it. It was all my doing. Huh? Well, I mean, he suggested the method of using a powerful spirit relic as a medium, but it was my decision to go through with it. I wasn't coerced or anything.
So you really were that dumb, huh? I was kind of hoping that wasn't the case, honestly.
I'm sorry. I'm the one to blame.
The brainwashing is strong with this one.
So did Kokuchu provide the relic?
He did. He said it was a treasure related to the Mare Javari.
Right, so that proves it. He was using you. He coaxed you into doing the clairvoyance for him.
But I'm a spirit duffer who can't cast a single spell. What use would I be to him? Guys like me couldn't sense a spirit even if we spent the rest of our lives sitting and meditating. But Mr. Kokuchu said that if I brute force the spell and immerse myself in a spiritually rich substance, I might be able to catch a glimpse of one. It seems like my only option.
Still, brute forcing a spell when you're a spirit duffer is like forcing yourself to run a marathon without any legs. If it wasn't for Seat Lally, you'd have been lost forever.
That's a rough comparison.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just... everyone in this tribe is so amazingly talented, and then there's me. I just didn't want to be the odd one out anymore.
I totally understand how you feel, Leela. Some seeds effortlessly grow into beautiful cabbages, while others struggle with all their might and never even sprout.
I get where you're going, Aurora, but that is not helpful here.
Who knows why this is the way things are? Maybe that's just life. Life is full of things we can't change.
You're not going to make him feel any better.
I know saying this doesn't change anything either, but I hope it makes you feel a little better.
Gosh. He tries so hard. But he's so dumb.
Let's pause this discussion for now. We need to get you to Matla's for a checkup.
Hey, is this that doctor we randomly encountered on the way in? Oh, it is. It is that guy. He was funny. Hello again, sir. Will you actually interact with us now?
Okay, looking good. Seems like this guy got off lightly. Just make sure he eats when you get back. He must be starving.
That's a relief. I've heard of cases where people's bodies started necrotizing after they spent too long meditating.
Thanks, Aurora. Really helpful.
What a horrifying thought!
Anyway, Leela, even though we didn't know each other before all this, I'm still really glad that you're okay now.
I'm sorry, was that agreement? Disagreement? Feels like that one may have gotten a little lost in translation.
Well, maybe you don't know me, but I've heard all about you. The same goes for High Priestess Lali, the Traveler, and Paimon. I've heard all the stories.
Huh? Even us?
This might sound corny, but you're exactly the kind of people I've always dreamed of becoming. But it's clear to me now. That was just wishful thinking. Honestly, why'd I have to be born a spirit duffer? Nah, it's alright, really. I'm used to being useless by now. Thank you all for saving me. Auroron, I think you're right. It's just a fact of life. I promise I won't take another risk like this in the future. I've brought you more than enough trouble already.
Aw, Leela.
It's okay. There's no need to comfort me.
Hey, you little rascal. What are you talking about? Look at me.
Huh? What's wrong, High Priestess Lali?
I said, look at me. Take a good hard look. Sense anything strange?
Granny, what are you talking about?
What do you think, Traveler? Another case of happy to help written on someone's face?
Hold on. I think
Oh.
either my mind's playing tricks on me or her entire body is an illusion. No, it must just be my imagination. I wouldn't be able to see through something like that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Wait, is she like not real? Is she not real? Is that our explanation? I swear.
Wait, I know this trick. It's the same one I used a while back. Granny snuck away from right under our noses.
You see? You can perceive some spiritual abnormalities now. Congratulations.
Yeah, okay, because we know Auroran did this before, didn't he? So they can kind of project. I wonder. I don't know. I hope at some point eventually we get an explanation for her weirdness.
Really?
But where are you going, Granny?
Where do you think? I'm going fishing, you dummy. Someone triggered the trap I set in the cave. Looks like our friend Kokochu took the bait.
What?
Sorry, can't talk now. You'll find me in the cave.
She just disappears, casually vanishing. That's good. Good for you, Lolly.
Huh? Don't believe it. He got away. This is terrible. Why'd I have to go and act so cocky about it? I'm gonna look like such a fool. This Kokochu must be a real escape artist or something. But I can't tell them that. I'll have to think of something else.
Say, Lolly, did you get him?
Given that she's the only person here, I'm guessing no.
I thought I'd let him go, for now. But I left a mark on him. So, if he comes around here again, I'll be able to track his every move.
Oh, so Granny had only pretended to leave the cave, when in fact she'd set up a whole trap for him and was lying in wait.
She's my favorite because she tries to pretend so hard that she's got it all together. She doesn't, but she tries to pretend so hard. Especially in front of Auroran, too.
Ah, so just like how you caught Auroran! But how did you know Kokochu would come here?
Because I planted the bait here. The Mare Javari map and the bow shard. Left them both on the table. I had a feeling those were what he was truly after. And sure enough, my trap was triggered just moments after we left.
So you really did set up traps here after all, huh?
Of course. It's just that they'd never do anything to either of you.
See? What did I tell you?
So, Mr. Kokochu, you used me after all. This whole time, all you wanted was to find the location of the Mare Javari.
That's right. I've been wondering about the shard he left ever since I came across it. Why did he leave it there? The moment I confirmed the Mare Javari's location, that's when I realized it was bait. He was counting on Leela's spirit getting lost, and the tribe coming to his rescue. Then, by helping Leela, we'd be helping him.
Oh, so he was fishing too! It was all a ploy to lure in an actual clairvoyant who could look into the shard for him.
Yep. And somebody fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Okay, I mean, like, yes, but also, let's please think about what the alternative would be here. Because that's not great either, so...
I'm sorry. I took the bait. But so did Granny.
The nerve! I only got involved because of you, you little scamp!
Oh, don't let her get away with that, Auroron.
Either way, Kokchu played us like a fiddle. Huh. He managed to accomplish his goals without taking any of the risk himself. Pretty sneaky.
You could say that again. Imagine if he tried to approach Seat Lolly directly. She'd have seen through it right away. Although, actually, Seat Lolly, why did you let him go?
Because I couldn't risk using my full abilities here. He was a pretty slippery character, and if I'd kept him here by force, there could have been unintended consequences.
Was it my fault for picking a bad place? I'm sorry. I went looking for somewhere with a wealth of spiritual energy when I first decided to help Leela, and ended up choosing this mad sage's hideout.
Mad Sage?
Yeah, he's napping right behind that wall. We'd have a whole new situation on our hands if we woke him up. That's why I decided against using my full abilities. I do have some good news, though. I snatched the shard and map back before he bolted, so I may have restrained myself, but I certainly didn't let him walk all over me.
That's great! So he left empty-handed!
Yes, sort of. The bad news is, he did get a look at the map before he left. Not that the Mare Javari's last known location is a huge secret, but still.
Yeah, that's kind of worrying. What if he's got some sort of diabolical plan?
Don't worry. I'll keep tracking him. Also, Leela, if it's all the same to you, I'd like to give the shard and map to the Traveler as a gift. They might prove useful at some point in her journey.
Absolutely. That's completely fine. The Traveler deserves it.
None of us are interested in them. And if there's any chance of them leading you to the Mare Javari, I'm sure an adventurer like you wouldn't want to pass on that opportunity. Granny Eatsley has a sense for these things.
So, Granny Eatsley? Do you think I'm still a spirit duffer?
What kind of a dumb question is that? You saw through my illusion, didn't you? I mean, that's partly because I deliberately made it imperfect, but even then, a spirit duffer wouldn't be able to see through that. Auroron, give this guy some lessons when you've got the time. Leela, put in the work, and we'll see how far you get.
Amazing. Life is so full of surprises. As long as you keep moving forward, you might just run into some fertilizer in the middle of the road.
This man and his cabbages and radishes.
I'm so happy for you, Leela. Let's both give this our best shot, and who knows? We might both be beautiful cabbages one day.
Ooh, okay. So we've got all kinds of new stuff from that, which I'm sure will be important eventually for something or other. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to be all for tonight. It's going to be a shorter one today, like I mentioned. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. As always, You can next catch me on Monday evening, aka tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST. And if you're interested in updates on my stream schedule, you can also check out my bio for the link to my Discord where I post updates and stream reminders as well. So thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a super awesome morning, afternoon, or evening. Have a good one.